Hi, and welcome to my midlife crisis. Whether that midlife crisis is my hair or the fact that I'm doing a vlog, we'll find out in the next few weeks or few months. Um, kind of hope it's my hair because I think I'm going to enjoy doing the vlog. Um, I will put in there that it's a vlog with a V. If you're younger than I am, you know that. If you're older than I am, vlog with a V stands for video blog. That's why the V instead of a B for blog. Yes, that was necessary. My dad will be watching the vlog. At least I really hope that he does. And Pop, I know we've talked about it on the phone a number of times. And you know that it's a vlog with a V. But just in case you invite other family members to watch the vlog, the explanation is there. The reason that I chose to start doing this vlog, and I actually started plans to do this vlog last September and have spent a lot of time learning things and honing my editing skills. I used to be a video producer in several different jobs in local cable and at a production house in Michigan when I was younger. And part of discovering that I have MS is getting the job interviews and not being able to walk. Like, it didn't take a lot of alcohol to give me the courage to come in and take the interview. Even though I spoke completely fine when I was sitting down, it was the standing up and bumping into a lot of things while I was walking out of the interview room that is probably why I didn't get any second phone calls. But so there were a lot of things that led up to me finding out that I had MS. My neurologist and I have figured out that my first symptom was actually in about 1997. But MS has so many symptoms that are like so many other diseases. And I really thought that in mid-January 2011, when I went in for my first MRI, it was going to be back surgery, and after back surgery and recovery, some physical therapy, and I'd be walking and dancing again a year later, and resuming my quest to further my career. That never happened. The diagnosis of MS, which is a progressive disease, it kind of puts a damper on the whole job hunt thing. I now, instead of walking, use a power wheelchair, and I have what I refer to as MS hands, which are usually numb and kind of sore after typing just a few lines. So I've been determined that I am disabled and unable to work. After I left the appointment with the physical therapist, who did determine that I was unable to work, and he shook hands with me very somberly, apologizing that there was nothing that he could do for me. I was actually in a very optimistic mood. My dad took me into Cleveland that day, and he was confused because he was very quiet, not really knowing what to say to me as he's clamping the wheelchair down to the wheelchair van. And when he got in the driver's seat, I was all smiles and talking a mile a minute because I actually was inspired by the things that I couldn't do to really reach back and look for the things that I could do. And the vlog is definitely something that I can do. Having the background in video production, it gives me a little bit of, and yes, sometimes you see me looking up because I've got an imaginary script above my head. And no, that's not true. I wish it were, because that would be so great. But there are lots of different vlogs, people talking about all sorts of things. And unlike Murphy, who the infamous Murphy of Murphy's Law, it starts out with Murphy was an optimist, and then it goes on to talk about all of the things that can happen in your life to totally destroy every moment. I'm actually the real deal. I am an optimist. I'm an optimist tempered with realist. I'm not going to say that I smile every day and every day is unicorns and rainbows, and nobody has days like that. Nobody. Anybody that has days like that needs therapy badly, because they're not being realistic at all. With MS, with anything, you have good days and bad days. And it's dealing with the bad days and choosing to find the good even in the bad days, that's helpful. And I'm really hoping, and the reason why I want to do the vlog is because I want to be able to provide some points where reality can still have positivity pulled out of it. And believe me, I know that sometimes it takes a few days to find the silver lining in the cloud in your life. But it's there, usually. But MS is not the only thing in the world I live with. I still live in the world. I'm still part of the world. So this vlog is going to also include things that are going on in the world, and how do I deal with those things. There are some things I accept, some things I reject. There are things that I donate to, things that I would never donate to. And there are just a lot of things when you're out in the world that you have to deal with just like anybody else. You just happen to be in a wheelchair while you're doing it. So this vlog is going to be about me, but about you. It's going to be about all of us. I live in this world. I have MS. This is how someone with MS lives in this world. And hopefully there can be something that gives you a giggle once in a while, or something that makes you say, yeah, that makes me mad too. There are a lot of different realities in the world. And just because I'm in a wheelchair, just because my hands don't want to work, that doesn't mean that I'm immune to everything in the world. I was originally planning to start this vlog at the beginning of this year. I still had some things I needed to learn and perfect before I could launch the vlog. And then coronavirus came. And the world that I live in with MS became different at the end of February, because that's when my doctor quarantined me. not because I had the disease or tested positive with no symptoms or anything like that, but it was simply because MS is an autoimmune disease, and coronavirus likes to eat autoimmune disease people for lunch. Um, so, in order to keep me from being COVID 19's lunch, she has me staying in the house. I can go outside and get some fresh air every now and then. However, while I'm getting that fresh air, I can't leave my driveway. Um, so there are a lot of things that are different in the world for me. And were different in the world for me a little bit before they were different in the world for everybody else. Um, and it's going through that and trying to accept, okay, so now there's a pandemic. That's something else I have to be afraid of. That's something else that's inconvenient. Or I can look at it and try to find the good things about it. Um, and I'll let you know when I find all those good things about COVID 19. Because I haven't found any of them yet. Um, and I don't know, maybe I did just in the COVID 19 outbreak and putting everybody in quarantine made us more aware of injustices and prejudices that still exist in our world. And it made us more involved in protests and in movements to correct those problems that I got to be honest with you, when I started really thinking about it, when I was 20 years old, I thought by the time that I was in my 50s, those problems would be gone. They should be gone. And I am glad to see now that people are locked up and they can't do anything else, that they are starting to wake up and see that, wow, there's a lot wrong that we need to fix. So you're going to hear some things where I'm talking about what's going on in the world and things that need fixed or my opinions about them. You may share them, you may not share them. Either is okay. That's the wonderful thing about free speech, and the wonderful thing about having this forum for free speech is that we all get to have our opinions and voice them. We might change some minds, we might not, and that's okay. But the fact that there's an opportunity to try, I can't type a letter to my Congress person, and I can't stand up and jump and say, "Look at me, I have an opinion." But I sure can sit in my recliner in front of a camera and do it. So you're going to hear a lot of things from me in the next few weeks, months. Geez, I'd love to think years. That I put a blog out, and basically it's this is what's bugging me or what's making me really happy today. There are lots of things that I would love to share with you, and lots of things I hope that you would be able to share back in the comments. If you prefer to drop me an email and speak to me personally about something that I've talked about, or certainly about MS, feel free to do so. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see that there's a link on the page with my email address. And for that matter, if you're watching this on my blog, there's also a link with an email address that we can talk. I was actually a group leader, self-help group leader for MS a few years ago, before my physical problems got to the point of where I could no longer um, make it to meetings and fulfill the duties of leader, um, which is basically to get everybody to sign in and bring the snacks and coffee pot, because I can't live without coffee in a meeting, or the morning or afternoon or evening or anytime. If you really want to uh, send me a gift, send me a gift card for coffee, and it'll just make me a, which is, any place. Um, and I am not shilling for gift cards, but you have my email address. So, if you want to send coffee, I'm always happy to accept coffee. Um, but, and there will in the future, I'm sure, be a vlog about coffee, because I also have opinions about coffee and opinions about other opinions I've heard about coffee. And like everybody else in the world, I'm the one who's right, so you really should listen to my opinion. Okay, and I don't actually believe that either. But in the future, there's definitely going to be a vlog about coffee. Anyway, the point of talking about coffee is that I was a group leader, self-help group leader. So I know a lot of things about MS, certainly not as much as a doctor or scientist who's working on a cure or different drugs that can help with symptoms. But I can still share some ideas, stories I've heard from other people with MS, because no two MSs are alike. People can have different types of MS, and there's generally about 100, maybe 1,000 symptoms that you could have, and it's pick 1 to 5 from column A and column B and column C, column D, and some columns you may skip, and so no two MS group of symptoms are alike. No one person that has MS has got exactly the same as somebody else. But words of comfort can be helpful too. And sometimes it's just talking to somebody else who's got the same disease that you do makes a lot of difference. So my email is definitely open if you want to ask questions or talk a little bit more and you don't want to put it in comments that everybody else can read. Please feel free to drop me a line and ask me things. I may not have the answers, but I might have places to go to look for answers, or at least some comforting words that might make it a little bit better. Like I said before, I'm an optimistic thinker. That doesn't mean every day is a wonderful day. That just means that when I'm approached with a challenge, I try to look at it as a challenge that I can win. Sometimes that's all we can ask for. I hope you've enjoyed some of the general information about the vlog and a couple of little jokes. I promise the jokes will get better too, because this is my first time, and nobody's first time doing, well, anything is perfect, but it's gonna get better, I promise. And on that note, I'm gonna end this first installment of my wonderful midlife crisis. And I hope that you will click favorites, because that gives me lots of street cred with YouTube. But if nothing else, at least come back and see if I'm improving with vlog number 2.